Hello, it's a dark episode for March the 17th, 2025. And I had a good day today. It was mostly being out with Ja, which is always a good thing. She had kind of a shitty conversation on the phone with more HR bureaucratic bullshit. So it was good that we got out. Went to Bon Sushi, took a little wander around Oak Bay, and then down to Cook Street Village. I found a book by Jan Morris, at that point listed as James Morris, Pax Britannia, which seems to center around the Diamond Jubilee in the UK in 1897, which is within my time period for my 1901 project, which, Jan Morris is really quite an amazing author from all told. So this should be an interesting thing of basically what they've selected as sort of the height of the British Empire. This truly is a point where Britain sway over the planet Earth was considerable. It was quite considerable, this little freaking island that, my grandfather was going to be born into in 1901. So yeah, I'm glad I got that. Came home. I did pickled more red onion today. I made deviled eggs. I have not made the breakfast and possibly Ja's dinner for tomorrow, but I will probably get up in the morning and do that. Have been reading my War and Peace, which I'm just continuing along with that. I think if I keep the focus on it, it will go by quite quickly. I actually got a little bit more of a handle on War and Peace today from the section I just read, which is very much, people thinking that they have agency, but rather being compelled to do things and kind of dragged along by history, and how we take things as people's, individually we take it along as things of people's personal motivations, but which looked at from the hindsight of history, just like, yeah, dude, that was going to happen. All these people wanting to go to war, Napoleon dragging himself into Russia, enjoining, battle, not refusing negotiations. All this stuff kind of combines to the thrust of history. Seems to be Tolstoy's sort of general thesis, and maybe why I found the book sort of like odd up until now, in comparison to like Anna Karenina, which is very much more about individual people's individual stories. This is very much, yes, this is your individual story, but you're being kind of swept along and picked up by history, and just you're zipping along, and you might think you're pointing things in different directions, but how much so? The locus of control? Not so much. So that's been a little interesting key point. It might be something worth, if I'm planning on reading out sections and discussing them, that this might be the section, like 53% of the way into the book, the start of is it volume 3 part 2, I think it is. Might be a worthwhile spot to kind of settle for a little while and just kind of pick that apart and discuss and try and explicate what I mean by this idea. So yeah, that is what is up at the moment. I'm gonna go upstairs, maybe read a little bit of the story that I have written, which is, to say the least, not even like, even attempting anything like Mr. Tolstoy or, Atwood or, half incompetent fiction writer. I'm not doing any of that. But I'm going to read my story. It's a first draft, and see how I can polish it up, improve it for whatever low base kind of effects I'm going for, whatever I'm trying to express. If I'm trying to express anything, if I'm just trying to titillate, release, or something. If that, only myself. All right. Yes, I'm going to go have a bath, go to sleep, and then it's work tomorrow. And I will try and continue ticking along with my booktube stuff as I do. All right, more videos later.